So this is the handle, and this is where it's going to hole punch. So it's kind of cool. What I start off with is I have the back of the paper here. And one thing you have to keep in mind when you're binding anything, and this is from me using a lot of the coil machines, but it's the same concept. You have to make sure everything is pressed all the way to the back. So if you guys can see that, it needs to be pressed all the way back. And you need to make sure that everything is pressed back there. And what do I mean by that? All right, so let me take a few sheets and I'll show you. It has to press all the way up against it. You guys hear that? All the way. And so when I go, that has to be firmly pressed against there if you want it to go all the way. And this part has to be firmly pressed. And if you ever think like, hey, I'm not sure, always have a piece of scrap paper. And this can kind of tell you too, like where to go. So if you're kind of nervous and it's your first time, don't go with the documents you're going to do right away. Use your scrap paper. So press it up against all the way over and all the way down. And then I kind of hold it in place. And then I lay my hand flat so I don't smash it. And then I'll use the other hand to bring it down. You see, just like that. And that, because if it shifts or move, it'll go off. So now you see. So that's my scrap. It looks good. Any movement, your punch is going to be crooked. And so then I just press down with the other side with my other hand. Sorry, it might shake a little. And there we go. And then the same thing on here. I am just going to press it down. And then this is the back side. And so we know it's going to have to go this way. And I guess I could have pressed them together. I don't know why I didn't. There we go. And now I need to adjust it. So that's the first part. So the next one, I typically just take it all the way down. And then I take the first half that I did. Again, we want to make sure everything is lined. And I take it all the way to hit the bottom. Can you guys see that? It's a little out of camera. Okay. Let me see if I could do it this way. Okay. So I take it all the way down to here. And now I'm going to put it, it's going to be out of camera, but it's going to be flush down there. And there's this little pin right here. This peg. You guys see the peg? I'm going to press it down once I get it flush so it doesn't move. And then it keeps it in place. So now all you have to do is worry about pushing it up against. See the peg? It's pressed in place. It's going to hold that in place. Now I'm going to turn it up so you guys can see. So now they have these little pegs that come out. And it looks like number 10, if you can see that, number 10 is going to give me like a half of a hole, and I don't want that. So what the thing is cool about the cinch is that you pull it out so it doesn't give you a half of a hole. So I pulled it out, and so now when I do the cinch, okay, and I'm still going to kind of push this towards the cinch machine. See how that peg didn't go? Let me see. And then you lift up. And now it looks just right. And I'm going to put it to the side. And like I said, I try to do all of it where I can only make the adjustment once. Do the same thing here. It's hitting the bottom. And then I'm going to put the peg down. Make sure it's right in the hole. See the peg, push it in, and so the 10 is already pulled out because of the previous one. I'm going to leave it pulled out, and I'm just going to press down. There we go. And now I have the sheets. My order sheets are done. I'm going to just place it to the side. That way I can show you how it goes with the bindings. Now with this one, same thing. I'm going to go to the peg. There we go. The peg is in the hole. I'm pressing again up against the cinch so it doesn't move. Then I push it down. And it's time to add the wire bindings. So I have different sizes and I ordered, and I'll leave the link to where I ordered it from on Amazon. I'll put it in my YouTube for it. It's a lot of different links I have to cover pretty much everything I've used in here if you guys want to go back and create these. Now this one is 7/8. This might be, or no, this one is my 1/2 inch. Sorry, this one's a 1/2 inch. The 7/8, I'm going to use that later. So I'm going to use this one for in here. Now I'm putting the binding, the wire binding on the side so it lines up pretty nicely. I'm like, okay, perfect. And like I said, with the layering, you have to do your filling. I do my filling first. So I'm just going to go ahead and put this in here. And it slides just fine. It's nice. Perfect for an 8.5 by 11 sheet. And now I'm going to do the cover. And then I'm going to sandwich it in. So once it's there, cool. Now you make like a C, or I guess it would be either a C or a U. I'm going to turn this cinch around. Make sure you guys can still see that. What I'm going to do, let me hold it up to the camera so you can see, is I am going to make sure my bindings, my wire binding is hitting up against this wall. So the C is going to open up towards here when I clamp down. Now I said this one is a 1/2 inch. So you have this turn right here where you can make adjustments. So you push it in and you turn. So I'm going to turn to the 1/2 inch. Sometimes I think the 1/2 inch, I would like it to clamp a little bit more, but I'll show you. Well, let's see how this one works out. So I'm putting my C and it's hitting against the back of the machine. And then all you do, kind of hold it up, hold it in there, and you press down. And it's like really simple. There goes the first, and then you move it down. Yeah, see, I didn't like how that pressed. This says it's the 1/2 inch. There we go. That's much better. It wasn't hitting. You want to make sure that this is like C towards the machine. If it moves, it'll look like it didn't do anything. Then you just go back and you just do it. There we go. Now you see how it still has like a little bit of a gap? I don't want that. So I'll just push it and turn it towards the 3/8 right here, like in between, because I want it to really clamp closed. I don't want anything moving at all. And so I'll just do it again. It'll clamp down and make sure it didn't move, because even right there, it looks like it can come out. And then clamp down. Now, do you guys see? That looks a lot better. Okay. And then there I go. This is going to be my second book for my orders.